Hi there, how are you doing? Welcome back. In this unit, we're going to look at the people in the dream. Obviously, the actors, the people who appear in a dream are among the most important dream elements, and it's important to understand what they represent. That's what we will have to look at. Let's look at the PPT. The major rule here is that all actors are actually parts of ourselves. That is the rule. Doesn't mean it's always like that. There are a number of exceptions, and we have to be able to differentiate. When does it talk about other people? When does it talk about just parts of ourselves? But as a rule, as a first perspective to the dream, we will see if actors in the dream represents parts of ourselves, our own qualities, subpersonalities, in fact, whether we know them or whether we don't know them, and we will see what this represents. People may be inside a building, and when you find yourself inside any kind of building, it is most likely to refer to your inner theater, that part of you that is inside, your own personality. If you find yourself outside a building, in a landscape, on the road, whatever, then this is more likely to represent your outer experience, your connections with real life situations outside of your inner theater, your inner reality. So your relationships, your outer theater. However, that doesn't mean that people in the outer environment are not parts of yourself. They might still be, but there is a higher likelihood that people outside are also connected to outer experiences. So this is already one distinction that you have to be aware of. Are you inside a building? Then for sure, it's your inner reality. If you are outside a building, it's your outer reality that you're dealing with. And in any case, your outer reality is also what you project on the outer reality, how you look at the others. And as a matter of fact, something that we have to remember is that whatever you see in some kind of way is a part of who you are. That is an extended perception and an extended understanding of who you are. So we will come back on this distinction between the inner and the outer. But for now, let's look at what it means to meet people in your dreams. Let's look at the idea of masks. In fact, people in the dream, most of the time, will be like masks that you put on your own different subpersonalities. They are wearing masks according to your understanding of what they represent. So you go into your image library, look for people who represent the qualities that you want, that your dream intelligence want to make you see. So the first perspective that we have to understand is that whatever person in your dream is a mask that is wearing, that your own subpersonality is wearing. We have the I perspective. The dreamer himself is of course also an important actor in the dream, and the dreamer himself is only representing one perspective. The people that you see in your dream might be known to you or unknown to you. This makes a difference. If they are known to you, that means you are aware of these qualities in you. If they are unknown to you, you are less aware of these qualities or not aware at all of these qualities in you. So you have identified these aspects, or you have not identified these aspects inside. Then you see known or unknown people. The people you see might also be resourceful, positive qualities, or unresourceful, limited or hurt perspectives. They represent part of you that you need to look at, heal, transform. In this sense, dreams are, of course, strong invitations for inner work, for self-development. And you might also have presences that are there but not visible. These are totally unidentified parts of your own being. Now, the I perspective, the dreamer's perspective, is what the dreamer tends to identify in that particular situation. It is not all the time in that perspective. It is just the dream is inviting you to recognize that you tend to identify to that perspective, and it wants to show you a different perspective. Sometimes you may look at yourself from the outside, see yourself in a situation, participating in an action, but you are not participating. That means that you are able to take some distance from yourself. You can look at yourself as in a mirror, or you may even be not involved at all in a scene that you are just observing. That means that maybe you're not really part of it, but you can take a lot of distance. Actors in the dream will have all kinds of different roles, and identifying the role, the function, is also a quite important step in understanding the message of the dream. Obviously, if you are dealing with your parents, that would refer to your parent inside. It might either be the integrated model of your parents, mother or father, or it might be your parenting role, how you experience being a parent in your life. So it might also be the part of you that is just loving, a presence of love, your resourceful inner self. So you have to distinguish. Parents might represent different things. If you look at a baby or a child, a baby would represent new life, a new you in a way. A child would represent the part of you that is growing, that you need to take care of, that requires attention. Your partner in life, whether it is your husband or your wife, a man or a woman, a boy or a girl, they may represent specific qualities what you project on them, but they may also just be your masculine or feminine part. We all have masculine and feminine parts, and we will come back on this specific theme because this is quite recurring and important. But obviously, when you deal with a man or a woman, a girl or a boy in the dream, it might just represent a part of you that is either more masculine or more feminine. Masculine being the more rational, action-oriented part of you. The feminine may be the more sensitive, introverted, inspired part of your being. Teachers, the part of you that knows, that has the knowing. Doctors, healers, the part of you that can take care of your healing process. Your boss, your inner boss, the part of you that makes decision. Whatever you see outside is, remember, just your subpersonality that deals with these specific functions or qualities. It might be a technician, a driver, a plumber, somebody who comes to repair, deal with a specific problem, or it might be the police or a soldier. Now, if it refers to an inner quality, your inner police would be the part of you that deals with your needs for order and structure. The soldier might be the fighter in you, possibly also the aggressive part of your being. So all of this has to be identified. There are many other roles of dream actors, and you can find more of them described in my book. Now, one question that often comes back is the question, why can our dreams not just represent our real life situations? Occasionally, I have met people who ask that and wonder, why do we need to look at metaphors? It's kind of obvious that this is just real life. I'd like to look at one example with you. It's a young man, somebody from my wider family, actually my brother's son. So I met him and he shared a dream. He says, I was meeting my younger brother, who was 27, he is 30. My younger brother was happily married and had a baby, was holding a baby, was very happy about it. And he woke up from that dream feeling a little bit jealous. So he thought, that is just real life. Because I really separated from my wife, he had just been married a few years. But his brother had a baby and was happily married, and he was envying him. It's just real. Why would it be something else? He didn't understand the need for searching further. So I told him, well, just imagine if you close your eyes and you role play that brother and you go into these feelings of having a baby, how does it feel? That might be a very resourceful experience. Well, in a way, the dream may project to you that there is a part of you that is there, that you can see, and that has that experience of being a father and having a baby. And you know what? As a matter of fact, a few months later, he had a girlfriend. The girlfriend got pregnant, and less than 1 year later, he was with his own baby in his arms in a happy family. So this dream was quite likely just indeed mirroring to him a change in his life, something that was coming up, a potential that was already there, that he was perceiving somehow. The father in him having a baby was coming into his reality. So we can learn from that dreams don't have any meaning if they just reflect our real life. They do that for some purpose. They always invite us to look at ourselves in a wider picture. And they often give us indications about what is coming towards us, the potential that is there. So let's look at this other dream. It's a young woman, also 30. She says, she dreams, I am coming back to my hometown after a long trip. I'm meeting with my whole family, but the atmosphere is tense. I feel unhappy. And what's wrong? My two brothers-in-law are angry at me because they say asking what is wrong is only make things worse. I observe that my mother has been hurt, she's bleeding. Surprisingly, she looks very small, she's almost like a child. She was hurt inadvertently by some kids who did not pay enough attention to what they were doing. I feel really bad about that. And then I realize I am losing my teeth. 4 teeth are falling out, although they seem to be quite healthy. I think I should put them back. And I wake up feeling quite bad and upset, emotional, unhappy. So let's look a little closer at the translation, the reformulation of this dream. I'm coming back home after a long travel. That would mean I am reconnecting with my inner being. After quite some time, I've been away from myself. It feels I'm coming from far away. I have felt distant from my inner reality for some time. The atmosphere is tense, so I become aware of all the tension that inhabits me. And I wonder why. I'm searching for the reasons, what's happening with me. My 2 brothers-in-law are angry at me, and they say, asking why is only making things worse. So this can be reformulated as a part of me, my 2 brothers-in-law, masculine, more rational, mental part of me. That part of me doesn't really like exploring my inner difficulties, because I feel bad about myself then, and it is quite uncomfortable. My mother has been hurt, she's bleeding, and she looks very small, like a child. Well, of course, you could ask the dreamer here how she looks at her mother, and possibly the image that she has of her mother is that she is not very mature, very unstable emotionally. So she also has that part of her that looks like that mother that she has experienced. It's a mask. I see that my sensitive part that looks like her mother is in pain, losing its vital energy. Blood, it's vital energy. Losing liquid would be an emotional experience anyway. But if it's blood, it's not just emotion, it's also this vital energy that you are losing when you are depressed. You lose any kind of energy. I am surprised to see that my sensitive part is still so immature, childish, looking like a child. Now, whether her mother looks like that or not is for her to identify. It may not be the case. Her real mother, I mean. So that sensitive part of me was hurt by kids who didn't pay enough attention. So this is due to some immature parts of my personality, the children, which lack awareness and do things in a messy way. Insufficient care and attention. I feel really bad about myself. That, like most feelings, is just straightforward. Remember, feelings are real. Images are metaphors. So I feel really bad about myself. Then I realize I'm losing my teeth. 4 teeth are falling out. I realize how this is deeply disempowering for me. I'm losing my strength, my willpower. Teeth are a metaphor for that which you can bite in, your willpower, your strength. possibly also your vital energy. There are several areas in my life in which I am not expressing strong and efficient willpower, biting power. She says, although they seem to be quite healthy still, so she had the feeling of being strong and powerful, but it looks like she's not. I think I should put them back. Can be translated by, I feel I have still a healthy potential to turn the whole thing around and get back to clear intention and creative action. So she can possibly put things back into place. I wake up feeling quite bad and upset. So that's the dream. Now, of course, you still have the 3 questions that you can explore after this dream. What is the message? What is the dream telling you? Obviously, there is something that needs to take care about in herself. So there is some inner work, some inner process. What would be the invitation of the dream? What are the resource elements, if any? Well, here it may not be very obvious. There is no actor in the dream who represents clear, resourceful perspective. But she can still look at these teeth. She might feel that she can put them back. So you could, for example, invite the dreamer to just go back to that and explore how it feels when she does put her teeth back and they hold back, and she can do it, and she can feel differently about her intention and says, okay, I can welcome what is here and I can put myself back together. So you can guide into some inner work. I won't do it right now, but there is a possibility here for doing further inner work on the basis of this dream, like always. Okay. We will come back to these processes for guiding inner work and give some steps about that and do some more demonstrations. We're going to leave it here for today. We will have so many more possibilities of demonstrating things. So, actors in the dream, the I perspective, other perspectives, all a part of yourself. Look at the roles. Look first at the possibility of that all being a part of you, especially if you are inside a building. There are possibilities that you also deal with intruders or presences in your real life situation that you have to deal with, your relationships with some people. However, the main priority, the first perspective is always, it's all a part of you. Keep working with your own dreams, and I look forward to see you in next unit. Bye bye for now.